Hi, dear students. I am your Srinivas sir from Sri Sai Sat Bhavana School. Now we are coming to the fourth lesson, food habits of animals. Food habits of animals. We have completed already three lessons. Okay, in that everything, parts of the plants and what are the plants and animals, differences between plants and animals, everything we have completed. Now we will going to the what are the food habits of animals and what they feed. That means what they eat and how they eat, everything in this lesson we will study. Here they are given some important terms. I will read them. Rear, back, suck, to pull, chew, to grind between teeth, energy, the strength for doing work, flesh, the soft pulpy part of an animal's body, habits, regular ways of behaving, lap, taking liquid up by tongue, shower, spraying water over body. So these are the terms which comes in this chapter. Okay, when they come, I will explain there only. Okay, just you, I have read the words for the sake how to read how to spell the word. Okay, how to pronounce the word. So I have read this words. Now we will move into the lesson. Please look at the textbook. We have already we have already learned that living things need food to live. All animals need food to live, to grow and to generate energy. Animals need food to grow. All animals need food for growth. If newborn puppies are not given food on regular intervals, they will not grow into healthy dogs. Animals like human beings also need food to stay healthy. Here we have already learned that living things need food for their growing. Okay, that is the difference between living and non-living things. Living things need food for growing, non-living things they don't need any food for growing, they don't grow at all. Okay, for our sake, for living purpose, we need food. We need food. All animals need food to live, to grow and to generate energy. What is the meaning of energy? The strength for doing work. In the important terms they have given, energy means the strength for doing work. Okay, here we need energy, that means the strength for doing the work. Animals need food to grow. All animals need food for growth. If newborn puppies are not given food on regular intervals, they will not grow into healthy dogs. Animals like human beings also need food to stay healthy. That means all animals need food for their growth. If newborn puppies, that means in your home, small newborn puppies are there. If they are not given any food, what they will do? They can't grow properly. They can't grow properly. So to grow properly, we need food. So grow properly for us also, for you also, for all the animals or for all the plants, we have to supply the food. Otherwise, they can't grow properly. Okay, animals like human beings also need food to stay healthy. They also need food to stay healthy. Next comes to animals need food for energy. Next page, page number 30. Animals need food for energy. The horse, I am reading, the horse, elephant, donkey and camel are animals that do a lot of work. They need energy to do work. They get this energy from food. The people who keep domestic animals feed them in the morning and evening. If animals are not given sufficient food, they may become weak and die for want of food. So here, for what purpose the animals need food? Animals need food for the purpose of energy that I have explained. The what is the energy? The strength for doing work. The strength for doing work. All the animals, what we are rearing or domesticating for the purpose of doing some work. Dog, what is do? It will safeguard our home. Okay, horse to take somebody to some place, ox to do some field work, cow to give milk. So these are the works. So they need food for to do this work. To do this work. The horse, elephant, donkey and camel are animals that do a lot of work. Which are the animals? Horse, elephant, donkey and camel. These are all the animals. They do lot of work. They need energy to do work. So to do some work, we need energy. For you also, if you want to do some work, you need energy. Okay, without food, can you work for a full day? No, we can't do. So what can we do? We are taking some nourishment drink, that is coffee, tea or boost or anything in the morning, or ordinary milk in the morning. In the at 10 o'clock you are taking the breakfast, or when the school starts you will take the breakfast at 8:30 itself. Okay, in the 1 o'clock you are eating the lunch, in the evening snacks, in the night dinner. So these are all the food what we are taking. In the same way we have to feed the animals also for their strength. We have to feed them for their strength. They get this energy from food. The people who keep domestic animal feed them in the morning and in evening. In the morning also, in the evening also, we are feeding them with some grass or anything. If animals are not given sufficient food, then they may become weak and die for want of food. Without food, they can't live. So if we not given sufficient food, what they will do? They will die. They will die want of food and die for want of food. That means without food they can't live. Without food they will die. Okay, see here they have given the work done by the donkey as well as the ox. Okay, they are drawing. That means they are carrying some heavy luggage from one place to another place. Animals need food for protection from different diseases. Like human beings, animals also suffer from different diseases. In order to fight against diseases, they require food. In order to fight against diseases, they require food. That means like human beings, animals also suffer from diseases. We are suffer from headache, fever, okay, body pains and so many diseases. So same way the animals has also some diseases. To fight against the diseases, they need this food. I hope you understand. Animals need food for protection from different diseases. Like human beings, animals also suffer from different diseases. In order to fight against diseases, they require this food. That means for energy and for to protection from diseases. DISEASES. That means to protect from diseases, they need food. So this is the importance of the food. This is the importance of the food. Next we will go for food habits. Food habits. I will read. Different animals have different ways of eating. Eating habits depend on the shape of the mouth and jaws of the animals. It also depends on the kind of food they eat. Depending upon their food habits, animals have been divided into following categories: herbivorous, carnivorous and omnivorous. Herbivorous. Grass-eating animals like cow, horse, elephant and goat are called herbivorous. These animals eat grass, small plants, twigs, branches of trees, fruits and vegetables. They have strong and flat grinding teeth in the rear part of their jaw. These teeth help these animals chew their food easily. These animals bite leaves and grass with the help of their front teeth. I will explain now. Food habits. Different animals have different ways of eating. That means all the animals, they don't have the same structure of mouth, same structure of their hands, everything. So different structure, so they eat different food. They eat different food. some depends on the plants, some depends on the animals, some depends on both plants and animals. So according to that, we divide them into three categories. We divide them into three categories. That means eating habits depend on the shape of the mouth and jaws of the animals. That means shape of the mouth as well as this jaws. That means where the teeth are attached, they are called as the jaws. Okay, that teeth attached what is called as the jaws. According to the structure, they have different types of, they are eating different types of food. It also depends on the kind of food they eat. Depending upon their food habits, animals have been divided into the following categories. That means they have divided into three categories. First one is herbivorous. Herbivorous. Second one is carnivorous. Third one is omnivorous. Herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. Okay. First one, herbivores. Grass-eating animals like cow, horse, elephant and goat are called herbivorous. Herbs means plants. Vorous means eating animals. So which are the animals eating? These herbs are called as herbivorous animals. Okay, for example, cow, horse, elephant, goat, these are all called as herbivorous. These animals eat grass, not only grass, small plants, twigs and branches of trees, fruits and vegetables. So these are the productions, these are the parts of the plant. These are the parts of the plant, so they eat the parts of the plants also. They have strong and flat grinding teeth in the rear part of their jaw. Rear means back part. Here, okay, they have strong teeth and flat. Strong and flat, like this type of teeth. Okay, here if the food will come, it will grind it. Like when they will chew, that means they will grind it. Okay. These teeth help these animals chew their food easily. What is the meaning of chew here? They have given to grind between teeth. In the important terms, they have given chew means to grind between the teeth. Okay, grinding. For example, you are making chutney in your home, that is grinding. Okay, for dosa and idli, what you are making? You are grinding the rice. So like that, they will chew. That means they will grind the what? Food items. That means gross everything into small pieces, very small pieces. These teeth help these animals chew their food easily. These animals bite leaves and grass with the help of their front teeth. Their front teeth is like this sharp teeth. Okay, sharp teeth here, it will cut easily, cut the grass, everything easily. Okay, from the front teeth, they cut easily, and from the jaws, they will easily grind it. So this is about the herbivorous animals. They are called them as grass-eating animals. That means they eat the parts of the plants only. Parts of the plants like branches, stems, okay, flowers, roots, vegetables, okay, fruits, everything. They eat the parts of the plants, that is herbivorous. The cow and buffalo first swallow the food without chewing. After some time, they bring the food back into the mouth from their stomach and begins to chew. This is called chewing the cud. See that cow and buffalo, what they will do while going for the grazing purpose, when they go for the field, there it is plenty of grasses available, but they can't eat them patiently. First what they will do, they will cut it and just swallow it. They will cut it and swallow it without grinding. When they came to home in the evening, they start once again. They will reverse the food. That means take the food from the stomach to the mouth and they start chewing at the time, then swallow. Then taking the food, eat, just grinding and swallowing. Like that they will do. This is called chewing the cud. What we call this as chewing the cud. Okay. When you observe, if you have a cow or anything near your home, just you go in the evening, they will just, they will doing their mouth like this. Okay, what they are doing? They are chewing the food. Okay, they are swallow the food. In the night, they will take that food from the stomach. They will take that food from the stomach back to the mouth from their stomach and begins to chew. This is called chewing the cud. Okay. Cows have no upper front teeth. There is a thick pad of skin in place of the teeth. That means in the front, upper side, there is no teeth. They have thick pad of skin in place of teeth. Okay. Next, animals like rats, rabbits and squirrels have a pair of sharp and long front teeth in both upper and lower jaw. They bite fruits and vegetables again and again. This is called gnawing. That means animals like rats, rabbits and squirrels have a pair of short and long front teeth. Sharp and long front teeth. In the front, they have long and sharp front teeth only. Okay, they don't have this jaws everything. Okay, just front teeth. For that reason only they cut small pieces. That means they are always like a drawing. They will call it a gnawing. Okay. Upper and jaws, they bite fruits and vegetables again and again. Okay, they won't cut a piece like this up to here, not like that. They will just gnawing. What we are called is for making the coconut, we are making it to small pieces. No, like that, just they are gnawing. Okay. Next, carnivorous. Up to here, we have studied about the herbivorous. Once again, I will explain. Herbivorous means the animals which eat the plants and the parts of the plant. That is fruits, vegetables, fruits, flowers, everything. Okay, they eat. Next, they have the strong jaws to grind the plants, to grind the parts of the plant. Okay. Next, the cows chew their food once again in the night. That is called as chewing the cud. Animals like rats, rabbits and squirrels have pair of sharp long teeth. They bite fruits and vegetables again and again. They are called, this is called gnawing. I hope you understand up to here. That is the food habits of the herbivorous. Next we go for carnivorous. Next we will go for carnivorous. Animals, I am reading, animals that eat flesh of other animals are called carnivorous. These animals have long pointed teeth called canines that to tear the flesh and strong grinding teeth called molars to chew the bones and flesh. Among such animals, some feed on the flesh of dead animals. They are called scavengers. Hyenas and jackals are scavengers, whereas tiger and lions are carnivorous. So here next come to the carnivores. Here they are depending on the flesh of other animals. They are depending upon the eat flesh of other animals called carnivorous. They depend on the other animals only. These animals have long pointed teeth called canines to tear the flesh and strong grinding teeth called molars to chew the bones and flesh. To chew the bones as well as the flesh, they have very strong teeth. Okay, they don't cook any food, that's all. Okay, just they will eat the raw flesh. They eat the raw flesh. Okay, among such animals, some feed on the flesh of dead animals. Okay, the tiger and lion, what they will do? They will hunt the other animals. For example, cheetah, what they will do? They will just search and they will fight against with the animal and they will kill the animals and they will eat. Okay, but some animals are there. They depend. They can't search or they can't and they don't have the capacity or energy to hunt that animal. So what they do? They depend on the dead animals. They depend on the dead animals. They are called as scavengers. For example, hyena and jackals are the scavengers. Hyena and jackals are the scavengers. These animals are also called as forest cleaners. Forest cleaners because they clean the dead animals decaying. That means they clean the dead animals, so they are called as the cleaners of the forest. Okay, these scavengers. whereas the tiger and lion are carnivorous. See here, tiger, it is eating the flesh of the some animal. This jackal eating the dead animal. Or sometimes what these carnivores do, they hunt some big animal, but they can't eat. They will eat for 1 day or 2 days. Next, they will leave it and go. Next, that these scavengers will come and eat that remaining food also. Okay, these scavengers eat that remaining dead animal food. Next, we will go for omnivorous. I hope you understand what are the carnivorous. Carnivorous means the animals which depend upon the other animals' flesh, other animals for their food. Okay. Next, omnivorous. Animals like bear and human beings eat plants as well as flesh of other animals. They are called omnivorous. They have sharp front teeth to tear the flesh or cut the fruit and flat grinding teeth to chew the food. Here, omnivorous. What are the meaning of omnivorous? Omnivorous means they eat both the herbs as well as the flesh of other animals. That means they depend on plants as well as the animals. They are called as omnivorous. For example, bear and human beings, they depend upon the, not all human beings. Some they are vegetarians only. Some people, they are non-vegetarians. They will eat both flesh, herbs as well as the flesh of the other animals. Okay, animals like bear and human beings eat plants as well as flesh of other animals. They are called omnivorous. So they are called as omnivorous. They have sharp front teeth. They have sharp front teeth and to tear the flesh or cut the fruit, and flat grinding teeth to chew the food. Here we have the flat. Here friends, it is sharp. Here there in the back side we have the flat teeth like this. Flat teeth like this for grinding purpose. Okay. So our man is a human being is a omnivorous. Human being is a omnivorous. See, bear eating flesh, bear eating grass also. Okay. This is about the food habits, that is herbivorous, carnivorous and omnivorous. Come to the next page. Page number 32. Okay. Page number 32. We will continue this in the next class. Okay. Up to here, you just understand what we have learned, that is food habits of the animals. For what purpose we need food? We need food for energy and protection from the diseases. All the animals need food for their working purpose, that they need food for working purpose, that means they need for the purpose of energy and protect from the diseases, and as well as for the growing purpose they need food. For the growing purpose they need food. Next, animals need food for growth. I have explained. Next, food habits. What are the food habits? According to the food habits, they are divided into herbivorous, carnivorous and omnivorous. Herbivorous, plant eating animals. Carnivorous, eating the flesh of the other animals. Omnivorous eats both herbs as well as the animals. Okay, according to their body structure, according to their teeth structure. So these animals, they depend upon the food habits. Okay, their food habits. Next, carnivorous, I have explained the animals, tigers and other lion, cheetah, they hunt some animals and they will eat. Some scavengers are there, they depend upon the dead animals. Next, omnivorous, human beings and bear, they are all the omnivorous. They depend upon both plants as well as the animals. I hope you understand this very well. Okay. We will continue in the next class. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Please like and subscribe our channel. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.